Hi everyone, and welcome to my yoga channel, Tom Yoga Om. My name is Tom, and today's class we are going to be doing a hatha class where we focus on the hamstrings. So let's get to it. Today we're going to be starting on our backs. So just make yourself comfortable and lie all the way down, and if you'd like, you could extend your legs out onto the floor with your arms by your side, or you might like to bring your feet together and your knees wide into reclined butterfly pose, or you could have your feet flat on the floor with your knees touching for kind of like a supported prep to bridge pose. And once you come to this space, make some adjustments or any adjustments you need to make to get yourself comfortable. And take a full breath in. Let your belly rise and your chest expand as you breathe into your rib cage and your lungs. And as you exhale, soften and relax your belly and your chest. And sink into your mat. Let's take 2 more deep breaths in and out like that. Breathing all the way in. Letting the belly rise. The rib cage expand. And exhaling to soften and sink. One more. Good, and as you start to settle here, keep that breath flowing in and out. Allow yourself to find a bit of a rhythm to your breath. Letting the inhales flow in and the exhales flow out and relax you down into your mat. And as you breathe, bring your attention to the space around your nostrils. And see if you can notice the change in temperature from your inhale to your exhale. And keep your awareness there, around that space around the nostrils. And in other yoga classes, we might follow the breath down into the throat, into our lungs, and then our belly. But just for today, see if you can keep your awareness around the tips of the nostrils and keep your attention on breathing in completely and not really worrying about where the air is traveling to. Just letting that focus stay there and breathing in completely into the lungs and the belly. And as you exhale, feel the air pass out through your nostrils and feel your body relax. Let's take 2 more deep breaths in and out like that. Just noticing the air flow in and out through the nostrils. Feeling your body soften. Good. And for these next 3 breaths, I'd like you to breathe in a little bit deeper and let your belly and your chest expand and inflate a little more. And as you exhale, see if you can feel all of the air flow out of your lungs, keeping the awareness around the nostrils. And get all of the air out of your lungs this time. So really make sure you're completely empty of air before you inhale. You might even feel your core engage here as you do that. Breathing in. And breathing out, emptying your lungs, emptying that belly space of air completely and feeling the core engage. Take 1 more full breath in and out like that. And that's really what we're focusing on here today. Just noticing that as you exhale, if you get all of the air out of your lungs, your belly, your core muscles, both in the front of the body and the back body, engage a little bit. And we're going to play with that today as we open up the hamstrings. And when you're ready, on your next breath in, lift your chin up and kind of reach your chin back behind you. You're not going too far, just stretching the back of the neck. At the front of the neck rather. And as you exhale, tuck your chin down and lengthen the back of your neck. And inhale, lift your chin up. And exhale, tuck your chin down. And inhale, lift your chin up. And exhale, tuck your chin down, get all of the air out of your lungs. Good, and then bring your knees onto your chest and give them a gentle squeeze. And as you breathe in, lift your chin up, breathe down into the belly and the chest. And as you exhale, hug your knees in a little bit closer and tuck your chin down a little more. And inhale, lift your chin up. And exhale, hug the knees in and tuck the chin down. And just take one more full breath in and out like that. Exhaling to tuck the chin down, feeling the core engage. And then releasing the feet down to your mat. Good. And from here, make sure your fingertips can touch your heels. And as you inhale, we're going to lift up into a bridge pose. So take a full breath in and press down into your feet and your hands and lift your hips off the floor and roll your hips up towards the roof or the sky, depending on where you're at. And as you exhale, see if you can roll your spine down from the top vertebrae down to your hips, down to your bottom vertebrae as you empty your lungs of air. And let's take 2 more breaths like that. So inhaling, lifting the hips up and rolling up into a bridge pose, feeling the stretch on the fronts of our thighs and around that area of the hips. And exhaling, lowering down. And last one, breathing in, lifting up. And exhaling, lowering down. Good. And on your next breath in, bring your hands just above you and take your hands onto your elbows and then back behind you. And lift your hips up as you breathe in. And as you exhale, roll your spine down. And take 2 more full breaths in and out like that. And see if you can notice your upper back here and especially your upper spine, and see if you feel a little bit more of an arch in your upper back as you lift your arms up. And then take 1 more full breath in, lifting your hips up a little bit higher perhaps, and exhaling to roll your spine down onto the mat. That's it. And release your hands over onto your legs. Take a hold underneath your knees and rock yourself up and down a couple of times. And when you're ready, just bring your feet flat onto the floor, bring your hands onto your knees and take a big breath in and lift your chest up. And as you exhale, round your back behind you. Let your shoulders and your arms relax and tuck your chin down. And then inhale, lift your chin up, lift your chest up. And as you exhale, drop your back behind you, arms and shoulders relax. And this time as you exhale, get all of the air out of your lungs and engage your core. And take 1 more full breath in. And a full breath out. Good. And then inhale back to center. So when we exhale all of the air out of our lungs, we actually engage the core a little bit. It's just a natural thing that happens in the physical body. And we can use this to our advantage in yoga poses to get a little bit deeper into the stretch, thereby getting a little bit more out of the stretch. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to go further, but it just means that you can engage in a little bit more of a considered way and you get more of a benefit out of the pose. And I'll show you what I mean. So if you take a full breath in and you lift your chest up and then you lift your legs up off of the floor, just come into this angle with your legs into Navasana, boat pose, and then exhale all of the air out of your lungs, you'll start to feel your core engage and these hip flexors engage here. So get all of the air out of your lungs, really squeeze it out, and you'll find it's a little bit easier to hold here because naturally the muscles of the belly and the thighs are engaging. Extend your arms out in front of you and just hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then cross your ankles over and come to a seat. Good. And then bring your hands onto your knees. Take a big breath in, press down into your feet and your sitting bones and lift your chest up. And as you exhale, tuck your chin down. Get all of the air out of your lungs and just take one more big breath in and out like that. And exhale. Good. On your next breath in, breathe into your belly and your chest, lift your chin up, and as you exhale, drop your left shoulder down towards your left knee and circle forward, and then sweep up around to the other side, breathing in. And exhale down to the right side and roll forward. And as you do this, notice your lower back and how it feels here. Does it feel tight and sore? If you sit all day for your job or at school or whatever you do with your life, then you might notice that it's a little bit tight here. It might feel a little bit tender, and that's okay. And it's good that you've noticed that if that's the case for you. Because we're going to open that up, and I want you to do that really gently and carefully so that we can slowly and safely build into that. Good, and take one more full breath in. Exhale down one more time. Inhale back to center. And then when you're ready, squeeze your shoulders into your neck, breathing in as you lift up. And as you exhale, roll your shoulders back behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades together and drop them down. And do two more like that. So breathing in, lifting up. Exhaling, squeezing together and dropping down. And one more, breathing in, lifting up. And exhale, rolling them back and squeezing them down. Good. And from here, bring your feet together into Baddha Konasana. And for this Baddha Konasana, for this butterfly pose, I want you to bring your feet in quite close. Take a hold of your ankles. Take a full breath into your belly, into your chest as you lift up. And as you breathe out, instead of rounding your back forward really fast, think of moving your chest forward. And once you feel that stretch happening in your hips, hold there for a second. Take a full breath in. Lift your chest up taller. Exhale all of the air out of your lungs. Engage your core, your belly muscles, and then round your back over your legs and tuck your chin down. And take 2 deep breaths in and out. Feel into the lower back. That's it. And on your next inhale, press into your feet. Slowly roll your spine up. And then extend your legs out onto the floor. Take your hands beside you. Press down into your hands and pull your toes back towards you as you breathe in, coming into staff pose, Dandasana. And as you exhale, point your toes. Stretch the tops of your feet. And inhale, pull the toes back. And exhale, point the toes, empty your lungs of air. That's it. One more here. And exhale. Now we're going to fold forward in a moment. I want you to remember to fold down nice and slow and gently just to begin with, and we'll work into it. Breathing in, lift your arms up. And as you breathe out, think of moving your chest forward. And once you start to feel that stretch happening in the lower back, hold there and just lower your hands down onto your legs. Tuck your chin and round your back. Keep the toes pulling towards you so that you're getting a full stretch into your hamstrings. And take 3 deep breaths. After your third exhale, release your hands beside your legs. Spider crawl them forward and sweep them up as you reach forward and up, breathing in. And exhale your hands down through to heart center. And then take a hold of your right leg and bring your right foot onto the inside of your left thigh for Janu Shirshasana. Sweep your arms up as you breathe in, lift up nice and tall. And as you breathe out, take your right hand onto the outside of your left leg, your left hand out beside your left hip. Breathe into your chest, lift your chest up. And as you breathe out, extend your chest to the left side of your left leg and fold yourself down. And so long as you can feel the stretch in the right side of your lower back, you're doing it right. Take 2 more deep breaths in and out here. Inhale into that space in the right side of the lower back. Exhale all of the air out. And after you've exhaled all of the air out, maybe fold a little deeper. Take 1 more breath here. Good. After the exhale, stay low. Just bring your left hand over to your left leg so that both hands are wrapped around that left leg, and take a full breath in to lift your chest up. And as you breathe out, extend your chest forward again and round over your left leg. Tuck your chin. Take 3 deep breaths in and out. Breathing into the lower back. And as you exhale, get all of the air out of your lungs. And then fold a little deeper. And again, breathing in. Exhaling out. And after the exhale, folding a little deeper. And 1 more time, breathing in. And exhaling out. And folding a little deeper. Good. And then take your hands out in front of you. And extend them out in front of you as you breathe in and lift up. And exhale your hands down through to heart center. I'm going to switch sides so you can see me. We're just going to stay in the same position, but from here I want you to move your left leg out a little bit further to the left. Take a hold of your right leg, move it out to the right. And this one feels funny. It doesn't feel like you can go super far unless you're super flexible. To begin with, press down into your feet and your sitting bones and sweep your arms up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, take your left hand onto your left leg, your right arm onto your right knee. Breathe in to lift your chest up. And as you breathe out, tilt forward from the hips, move your chest forward. And once you feel the stretch in your back, hold there and round your spine down. Breathe into your lower back, breathe into the hips. And as you breathe out, fold yourself down a little more. 2 more breaths, in and out. Feeling the stretching in the groin region. And after your next exhale, bring your hands out in front of you and sweep them up as you breathe in. And exhale your hands down through to heart center. Good. And just change sides really fast. So right leg moving forward, left foot pressing into the right leg. And from here, ground down into your sitting bones, sweep your arms up, breathing in. Exhale, left hand comes onto the outside of the right leg, right hand comes beside the right hip. Breathe in to lift your chest up. And as you breathe out, reach your chest forward and fold over to the right side of your right leg. That's it, feeling the stretch in the left side of the lower back. As you breathe in, lift up again, breathe into the lower back, and exhale to fold. 2 more breaths. And after that second exhale, bring your right hand onto your right leg. Now both hands are over the leg, and as you breathe in, lift your chest up. And as you breathe out, get all of the air out of your lungs. Feel into your lower back and fold over your leg. And take 3 deep breaths in and out here. Notice if you can send your breath physically down into that lower back space. Feeling it expand as you breathe in and soften as you breathe out. What you're doing here is you're creating a little bit of length in the muscles that are stretching as you inhale. And as you exhale, you're almost giving them permission to fold and to relax. You're giving yourself permission to fold a little deeper, but your muscles to relax a little bit more. Folding yourself a little bit further. After that third exhale, bring your hands beside your right leg and breathing in, sweep your arms out in front of you and up to the ceiling. And then exhale your hands down through to heart center. And take a hold of your right leg, move it a little further out to the right, left leg a little further out to the left. And sweep your arms up as you breathe in, press down into your sitting bones and into your heels, your feet. And as you breathe out, bring your right hand onto your right leg, left hand onto your left knee. Lift your chest up. And then reach your chest forward and gently fold yourself down. Once you feel the stretch in the groins and the hips, hold there and round your spine. 3 deep breaths, 3 full breath cycles. Breathe into the lower back. Breathe into your hamstrings. And then press into your feet and gently lift yourself up. Lift your arms up as well. Full breath in. Exhale your hands down through to heart center. Good. And then take both legs out in front of you, back into staff pose. And we're coming to Paschimottanasana, which is a forward fold. As you breathe in, sweep your arms up. And as you breathe out, reach your hands forward and bring them down onto your legs. And again, lift your chest up. And as you exhale, notice where you feel the stretch in the lower back. And once you feel your lower back's muscles tighten, hold there and round your spine down. Let's do 3 more full breath cycles here. Inhaling into the lower back. And exhaling to fold and to soften. Full breath in, full breath out. Last one. And then release your hands down beside your legs and walk them forward and sweep them up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring your hands down through to heart center. Good, and cross your ankles over and come down onto your hands and your knees. And once you're there, you might feel like your lower back is a little bit tender, and that's okay. So what's happened is we've stretched into the hamstrings, which are connected to our pelvis bones, and that connects to our lower back, and that's why it feels a little tender. To alleviate that, we're going to press into our hands, lift your back up to the ceiling, take a full breath in, and as you exhale, breathe all of the air out of your lungs. Good. Do that 2 more times. This time as you exhale, draw a small circle shape with your mouth like this, and exhale out of that small circle shape from the mouth. So breathing in and breathing out. Get all of the air out of your lungs. And you'll feel your core and your back muscles engaged. Do 1 more like that. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, and engage those back muscles and then slowly drop down into a little cow pose. Lift your chest up a little bit, be careful with your back. And as you exhale, press into your hands and your feet and your knees and round your back up the other way. Just doing 2 more cat-cows and making them small and making them larger over time. Starting them small, making them larger over time. Breathing in and breathing out. And your back should feel a little softer now, a little more relaxed. Last one. Full breath in and full breath out. Good, and then come back to a neutral position. Extend your left leg out onto the floor behind you and move the heel forwards and backwards to stretch into your hamstring. Does it feel okay after you've done all those forward folds? Hopefully it does. You're ready, come up onto your right fingertips, and before you lift anything up, which you're probably guessing we're going to do, press down into your left hand and your right leg, your right knee and your right foot. Lift your left leg up off the floor, extend your right arm out, palm facing up. Breathe in And as you exhale, bring your right elbow and your left knee together and engage your core, get all of the air out of your lungs. Then inhale, extend, and exhale to engage, to bring it together. And inhale to extend, and exhale to bring it together. And then release down to the floor and extend your right leg back and bring the foot onto the floor to begin with. Move the heel forwards and backwards and come up onto your left fingertips. Press down into your right hand, your left knee, your left foot. Physically press down. Take a full breath in, lifting your right leg up, lifting your left arm up, palm facing up, and exhale, elbow knee together, engage your core. And inhale, extend, and exhale, bring it together. And inhale, extend, and exhale, bring it together. And let's do one more, breathing in, extending, and exhale, bring it together. And then bring your limbs back onto the floor. And from here, press down into your hands, press down to your knees and your feet, and just drop your hips back a little bit. And then circle them out to the left side. So kind of drawing a half moon shape here, and then bringing them back and over to the right side. And working out any little bits of tension that might have built up. 2 more on each side. And noticing how you're feeling today and how those hamstrings are doing at this point in the class. And when you're ready, come back to a neutral position, tuck your toes under, take a full breath in and a full breath out and get all of the air out again. And then step your right leg back, feel your core engage. Press your upper back up towards the ceiling by pushing down into your hands. Take another full breath in. And as you exhale, get all of the air out. Feel your core engage. And then step your left foot back. And press your heels back. Engage your thighs. Hold the exhale here for a moment. And notice how strong it feels to get all of the air out. To press the heels back and engage the thighs. And take 3 more deep breaths in and out here. Keep the thighs engaged, the heels pressing back, the full exhale out of the lungs. And take 1 more full breath in and out. Feel your core engaged, look back at it if you can. Notice it activate. And after that exhale, press back into your first downward facing dog. And pedal your knees out left to right. And when you're ready, inhale, lift your heels and your hips up off the floor. Reach your hips up to the ceiling. Lift up onto your toes, press into your hands. And exhale to ground your heels down to your mat, stretching into the hamstrings. It should feel pretty good at the moment. Inhale, lifting up. And exhaling, grounding down. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, grounding down. 2 more. One more. Breathing in. And breathing out. Good. And then slowly bend your knees left to right and take as many steps as you need to make your way to the top of the mat into a forward fold, Uttanasana. Hands onto your thighs. Inhale for a halfway lift. And exhale, bend your knees, fold yourself all the way down. Get all of the air out of your lungs. Let your arms drop and then take a hold of your elbows. Keep a bend in your knees and take 3 deep breaths into your lower back. And exhale to feel your lower back soften, your spine unwind and let go. And as you kind of tune inwards to those inner sensations, see if you can bring the weight
of your body evenly into your toes as well as your heels. Find a balance between the two. And then release your arms down to the floor. Take your hands onto your hips and drop your hips down as you lift up into a standing position. Sweep your arms up. My hands disappear because I've got a shorter roof here. And then bring your hands down through to your heart center. Relax your shoulders and your neck. And inhale, lifting up. And exhale, bring your hands down. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Last one, breathing in. And out. Good. And then step your feet hip distance apart. And from here, we're going to come into a couple of side bending exercises. And it's really important when you do these to make sure you've got a nice strong base. So to begin with, press down into your feet, lift your kneecaps up. And you can do this by engaging your thighs. And then take a full breath into your belly and into your chest. And as you exhale, get all of the air out of your lungs. All of it. Engage your core, lift your arms up. And draw a pistol grip with your hands. You can't see because I don't have space here. And then as you exhale, lean over to the right side. And once you're there, hold. Breathe into the left side of your body. And exhale all of the air out. And after you've exhaled all of the air out, lean a little more to your right. Hold. Take another full breath into the left side of your body. Exhale all of the air out. And then lift yourself up on that exhale, hold. And then take a full breath in. And as you exhale, lean over to your left side. Keep your knees lifted, your thighs engaged. Get all of the air out of your lungs. Breathe into the right side of your body. Full breath in. And exhale out. Lean a little more if you want. Full breath into the right side. Exhale all of the air out. And then lift up to center and bring your hands down through to heart center. Just take a full breath in. A full breath out. Grounding down, and let's go into our sequences now. So as you breathe in, reach your arms up, open them up. And as you exhale all of the air out, fold yourself down, Uttanasana. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold yourself down, plant your hands, step back into a plank, get all of the air out of your lungs, and on that exhale, without having breathed in at all, either drop your knees lower down to Chaturanga Dandasana, so bring your shoulders beyond your wrists and keep your elbows close as you come down onto the floor. And then press down into your feet, and as you breathe in, lift your shoulders up and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale into your chest, and exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips off the floor, straighten your arms, meet back in downward facing dog. First breath in, lift your heels up off the floor, and as you exhale, ground them down. Next breath in, left leg comes up. Exhale, step it forward to the top of the mat. Drop your back knee to the floor, come down onto your fingertips, and just take a moment to kind of drop your hips down with each exhale. 3 breaths. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, drop those hips down. And breathing in. And exhale, dropping the hips down. And you're moving your hips forwards and backwards. Last one, breathing in. And breathing out. And on your next inhale, if you've got some bricks at home, you could choose to use those. Otherwise, use your fingertips here. And as you breathe in, lift your chest up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, I want you to tuck your back toes under and straighten both legs to the best of your abilities and fold over your front leg. And then again, breathing in, dropping the back knee to the floor, lifting the chest up. And breathing out, straightening the front leg and the back leg and folding down. 3 more, flow with your breath. Can you get all of the air out of your lungs? 2 more. Breathe into the hamstrings and into the hips. And last one. And then come back to center, drop your back knee to the floor, flatten the back foot out onto the mat and sweep your arms up. Breathe in. As you exhale, bring your left hand onto your left hip, and reach your right arm up. And to come into a side stretch, we're going to lean over towards our left side. Hold here, take a full breath into the right side of the body. Keep reaching up with that right hand. Press down into that right knee and that right foot. And exhale, lean a little more, keep reaching. And take one more full breath in and out. After the exhale, lifting up, bring that right hand onto the outside of the left knee, left hand behind you, and we're twisting to our left. Breathe into the belly and into the shoulders. And exhale, twist a little deeper. Breathe in. And exhale, twist a little deeper. Last one. And exhale, twist a little deeper. Good. And then from here, sweep your arms up, take a full breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to do a little counter twist. Bring your hands down onto the mat and walk them out to the right side, and then just drop your hips back behind you and come back to center. Step back and do your vinyasa flow. So coming into a plank pose, taking a full breath in, exhaling all of the air out of your lungs, dropping the knees down to the floor or chaturanga dandasana, shoulders beyond the wrists, lower yourself down. And inhale, press into your feet, engage your thighs, lift your kneecaps off the mat, breathe into your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and exhale to lower. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips off the floor, straighten your arms, and meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your hips and your heels up off the floor. Exhale, ground your heels down. And on your next breath in, lift your right leg up. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, step the foot forward to the top of the mat. Drop your hands down to the floor or come up onto your fingertips. Flatten your back foot out onto the floor. Breathe into your belly and into your chest. And as you exhale, either move your hips forwards or backwards, depending on how deep you want to stretch. And hold here for another 2 breath cycles. See if you can stay focused with that full exhale breath out. And keep that attention and that awareness that's building in you from focusing on the breath. Keep that engaged. Last one, full breath in and out. And then tuck your back toes under, and as you breathe in, lift your chest up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. You're kind of coming into a little cow back bend lunge. And on your exhale, straighten both legs and fold over your right leg. And inhale, drop the back knee to the floor, lift your chest up as you open up. And exhale, straighten both legs and fold. 3, 4, 'Get all of the air out, and 5, full breath in and full breath out. And then inhale back to center, flatten the back foot out onto the mat and sweep your arms up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, right hand comes onto the right hip. Press down into your left knee, your left foot, reach your left arm up, breathing in. And as you breathe out, lean that left hand and lean the left hand and your whole body over to your right side. Breathe into the left side of your body. And exhale all of the air out. Keep reaching with that left hand.
reach it a little further to the right. Another full breath in and a full breath out. Maybe reach a little more and a full breath in, stretching all the way from the knee to the hand, and a full breath out. And then bring your left arm up, take it onto the outside of your right leg. Right hand comes onto your lower back. Breathe into your belly and your chest, still facing forward now. And exhale all of the air out of your lungs. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and then twist to your right side. That's it. Full breath in and full breath out. Twist a little more. Hold there. Full breath in and full breath out. After that exhale, twist a little more. And then inhale, back to center, sweep both arms up. And exhale, sweep your hands down onto the floor. And then walk them out to the left side and drop your hips down to the right for that counter twist. It feels funny, but it's so good for your body just to work out any kinks, to just do a counter twist sometimes. And then come back to center. Step back into your plank, take a full breath in and out. Exhale all of the air out. Press your heels back behind you. Keep your thighs engaged. And then lower yourself down onto your belly. Press your feet flat onto the floor. Lift your kneecaps off the floor by engaging your thighs and breathe into your chest as you lift your chest up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And exhale down. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips off the floor. Straighten your arms and meet back in downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Lift your hips and your heels off the floor. And as you exhale, ground them down and hold there for 2 breaths. Press into your hands, press into your feet, and just breathe. Full breaths in, complete breaths out. And then take a full breath in, lift your hips and your heels up off the floor. As you exhale, turn your knees out to the sides and drop your hips backwards towards your heels. Keep your lungs empty of air, look at your hands and hop your feet towards your wrists. Coming into Malasana, into a squat pose. Bring your arms onto the insides of your knees, your palms together, and start to press your knees and your legs inwards as you also press your arms outwards, and find a balance between those two pressures. Breathe into your belly and your chest, lift your chest up. And as you breathe out, tuck your chin down. And breathe in, lift your chin up. And breathe out, tuck your chin down. And last one, keep pressing your arms and your knees in. Arms out and your knees in. And exhale, tuck your chin down. And hold here. Just breathe in and out. And then slowly release your hands down to the floor. Take a full breath into your chest. Lift your chest up. And as you exhale, lift your hips up and fold yourself down. Then inhale, lift your chest up. Drop your hips down. And exhale, lift your hips up and fold down. One more. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then inhale back into a squat. And as you exhale, just bring yourself down onto your sitting bones. Bring your feet out in front of you. Bring your hands beside you. Fingertips pointing forward, press down into your hands, pull those toes back towards you. And as you exhale, point your toes. And inhale, pull your toes back. And exhale, point your toes. And last one, pull those toes back, and this time, engage your thighs, lift your chest forward, and lean it forward, tilt it forward until you feel the stretch in your back. And once you feel it, hold. Take a full breath in. And exhale, bring your hands onto your legs. Fold yourself down.
and take 5 deep breaths in and out. And even though we're slowing down, getting to the end of the class, see if you can take complete exhales out of your lungs for just a moment longer. Last few breaths, slow them down. And after your 5th exhale, press into your heels, bring your hands beside your legs, and again sweep your arms up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring your hands down through to your heart center. And bring your hands beside you, and bring your feet flat onto the floor, and slowly move your hips towards your heels. And then bring yourself down onto your back and relax. Just take a few moments to settle in here. If your lower back feels quite loaded and engaged, that's totally fine. That's quite normal. Just give yourself a moment here to rest and to trust that your lower back is just slowly going to release. So maybe take 5 deep breaths in and out, and slowly feel your lower back soften. Feel your whole body soften. And really let go of any tension on your exhale. And when you're ready, last little stretch here, we're going to take our right ankle onto our left knee and then bring our arms around our left leg for a reclined pigeon pose. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, get all of the air out of your lungs. And once you've done that, pull that left leg in a little bit closer. Press your right arm into your right leg. Hold there, full breath in. Full breath out. Pull the left leg in a little closer. Press into the right leg. One more. Full breath in. And full breath out. And then release your left leg down to the floor, down to the mat, the flat. And then bring your feet onto the floor. Left ankle comes onto the right knee. Arms come around the right leg as you pull it in close. Full breath in. Full breath out. And hug that right leg in a little closer. 2 more here. And last one. And release back down to the floor. Then extend your legs out onto the mat. Now Shavasana is really the time, this relaxation pose at the end of the class, it's really the time to allow the effects of the practice to seep into your body. So please, even if you've got 2 minutes that you can afford to give, just lie here for a moment and allow yourself to find that stillness and a flow to your breath. And trust that during this process, your body is taking in what you've gone through on a subconscious level, and it's seeping into the mind, allowing you to relax, allowing your body and your muscles to soften and to let go. And I think the little secret to yoga is that although there are many facets to it, the physical practice, asanas, what we've just done now, is really about teaching your physical body how to breathe under stress, and thereby training it to be able to let go and relax when stress comes up in our lives in other ways.
And so now as you lie here, it's really about allowing your body to find calmness and a restful state again. And if you find that your body or your mind are quite agitated or feel quite wired, we call that having a monkey mind, and that's pretty normal. I'd say like probably 60% of us have that. If you're one of those people, I'd like you to take some cleansing breaths. So bring one hand onto your belly, one hand onto your chest, and as you breathe in, allow your hands to rise up. And as you breathe out, sigh out of your mouth. And just do as many of those as you need until you feel grounded and safe. We're going to wrap the class up there, but if you'd like to stay a little longer, you can. For those of you who are ready to come out, start to wriggle your fingers and your toes, circle your wrists and your ankles. Take a full breath in to reach your arms back and stretch your toes out. Then bring your knees onto your chest. Give yourself a little hug and tuck your chin up off the floor. And roll over onto your right side for a bit of a break. And then bring yourself up to a seating position at the top of your mat. And once you're there, press down into your feet and your sitting bones and just take a moment to ground yourself down. Take one more full breath into the belly and the chest. And one more complete exhale. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this hatha class that focuses on our hamstrings, but also on our breath. See you next time. Namaste.